What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. This is a talking head video, just fair warning, and also this is not aimed at OGs or experienced miners. This is a video reaching out and talking to you new guys. If you're thinking about getting into mining, I get this question a lot. What at the bare bones do I need to start mining crypto? And that's a loaded question, but I'll start off with saying if you have a computer, and especially if it's running Windows. Now, if you have a computer that's on Linux and Mac, you still can do some mining, but if you have a computer and it's running Windows, you're 9/10 of the way there to start mining. All you have to do is look up a guide like how to start mining on nicehash, how to start mining, direct mining. I'll put some of my links down below, but you definitely don't have to watch my videos. You can search. There's tons of good content creators all over YouTube that have tons of different guides. But if you have a computer and it has a CPU in it and it's running Windows, you're there. You already have hardware to start mining. Now, it's better if you do have a GPU, which is, your graphics card or graphics processing unit. Having a GPU in there puts you definitely a leg up over people that are only mining on CPUs. So a lot of these algorithms are what coins are mined on, essentially, but a lot of these algorithms are not being mined on CPUs anymore. They just can't keep up performance wise. So there are some out there, and that's why CPUs have really lost a lot of profitability. So it's one of those things. It's like I wouldn't run out and buy the biggest, baddest CPU computer. If anything, it's better to almost get or build out or spec out a computer with, and I'm talking about bare bones here, motherboard, CPU, RAM, power supply, and then go graphics card. If I was going to splurge and spend any extra money, it's definitely going to be on the graphics card. Now, a lot of people, the next question people come and ask me is, what graphics card do I buy? And that's also a loaded question because there's things that play into it like profitability. There's things that play into it, power cost, availability, price. Some people even, get a little fanboyish over like AMD, Nvidia, that kind of thing. Potentially, if you're watching this in the future, also Intel is coming out with graphics cards. So the way I like to tell people is go on to like whattomine.com or nicehash profitability calculator. I'll put those links down below for both of those. I like using those because it's really quick and fast, and it shows what current graphics cards are doing and making per day. So you can take a look at how much they're burning, how much they're profiting, and go from there. So you can kind of make an educated decision. Oh, should I be buying an NVIDIA card? Should I be buying an AMD card? And currently, guys, right now it is March 11th, 2022. The latest generation available on NVIDIA side of things, people call the 30 series, and that's the 3000 series. So you're talking about 3050s, 3060s, 3060 Ti's, 3070s, 3070 Ti's, 3080s, 3080 Ti's, and then 3090s. So that's for the most part all of them. I think I missed 3050 Ti's. I would say I would start at 3060s and up. I wouldn't recommend the 3050 or 3050 Ti due to them having pretty rough performance. But if you plug them into those calculators, you guys can see for yourself and kind of make your own decision. Now, on the AMD side of things, the current generation is called the RX 6000 series, and that's the 6600s, the 6700s, 6800s, and then 6900s. And there are the XT and the non-XT models of certain versions of those. And the XT is kind of like on NVIDIA side of things. The XT is the better version of the non-XT. And NVIDIA, the Ti is the better version. So, for example, a 3060 and a 3060 Ti, the Ti is the better model or the next step up, so to speak. And the XT is the next step up. So 6700 XT versus 6700, the XT is the winner there. It's the better card. Now, they're not always more money equal, a more expensive graphics card equals more performance. A lot of people ask me, hey, what's the difference in this 3060 versus this 3060? It's like, oh, this is an EVGA 3060 and this is a Zotac 3060. Well, there is a little bit of fanboy that comes out in some people, and people like different brands. And you have to think about it as the RTX 3060 is like the engine, right? That's the core, that's the heart of the actual graphics card. That's the die. Now everything attached around that, say if it's an EVGA 3060, that's an NVIDIA die with an EVGA body. So it's got EVGA tires on it. It's got EVGA windshield, EVGA seats, EVGA cosmetics, EVGA everything. And if it's a Zotac 3060, it's still got a 3060 under the hood from NVIDIA, but it's got a Zotac body and a Zotac hood and Zotac wheels. And it's a running joke that I call, a lot of people in my friend group call Zotacs the old rattlesnakes, because the fans start to get wobbly and sound like, they got that weird sound to them, like they're rattling. But some people love Zotacs. I have a ton of them, and they're not my favorite, but it is what it is. Zotac, by the way, if you're watching this, love for you to reach out to me, and I can show you almost every single Zotac card I have has fan failures, where most of my EVGA, MSI, Asus, some of my Asus actually have had some fan failures. But so don't get caught up on the fact that do you have to stay with a specific brand. You can mix and match cards. You can mix and match brands. You can mix and match generations. So you can put a 10 series with a 20 series with a 30 series. You can put AMD with NVIDIA. A lot of people think, like it used to be years ago, if you had a mixed rig of AMD cards and NVIDIA cards, it was hard to get them stable. But the software, everything's come so much farther. There are now single miners that can run all of it. But yeah, so I don't want to get too far off topic here. We're just talking about some basics, getting you guys on your feet. This is not a how to mine video. I'll put some of those down below. And if you don't like mine, you definitely don't have to watch them. There's tons of other creators that have done tons of other mining. So I always recommend people, especially new guys, to get started maybe down the avenue of like nicehash. But you definitely don't have to. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It's just very newcomer friendly. If you don't want to do nicehash, you can do direct mining like on a pool. It's not really any harder once you actually like read through and follow the directions. But a lot of people like getting paid out in Bitcoin, and nicehash pays you out in Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah. So I guess that really is, yeah, that's the basics. So CPU, motherboard, RAM, power supply, and a graphics card will get you up and mining. I guess you will need like an operating system, so you'll need a drive of some sort. You can get away with mining on a USB if you use like Linux or Simple Miner or a Hive OS, or you can just stick a cheap SSD on there and stick Windows on there. I definitely recommend a lot of people learn on Windows, get familiar with it, and then they can transition over to Hive or like a dedicated mining software. Those do typically cost money, whereas you can get Windows, or most people already have Windows, and that won't cost you anything, especially if you have it. But yeah, so I think I covered all the bases for what you like, the very, very core basics here. If anybody has any questions, please comment down below. And if I missed anything, because I'd like to revisit this topic and elaborate on it a little bit more, maybe pick up from here and then go further on the next one, and just comment down below. Let me know. And I definitely tried not to get too technical. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, what this, and this, that. Let's just trying to keep it top level. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that they may have a computer, but they might not even know what CPU's in it, or they might not know what GPU's in it. So all the research and all the knowledge is out there and available. So please, guys, don't let it pass you by, because mining crypto could definitely be a great opportunity. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to sign off here. I hope y'all have a good night. Adios.